My name's Peter Kilpatrick, and I'm the Dean of the College of Engineering, and I'm here to share with you just a few words about why study engineering. Engineering is perhaps the most practical of academic disciplines. Students that pursue engineering really should be animated by a great desire to solve some of the real challenges that the world faces in the 21st century. The National Academy of Engineering just about 18 months ago published a document called The Grand Challenges for Engineering in the 21st Century. And some of those challenges are topics that are very familiar to all of us who follow the news regularly. A big focus of the United States in 2009 and 2010, besides from solving the financial crisis, is addressing the challenge of clean energy. Clean energy is really a major goal of the world's community in the early part of the 21st century. So why is it that we're facing this so-called energy crisis? Well, as the world grows and develops and people move from underdeveloped nations into developed economies, the demand for energy grows, and it's estimated by the year 2050 the demand for energy will be as much as 50 terawatts of power. Currently, the world produces about 10 terawatts, so we're really looking at a very significant increase in the demand for energy. And that energy is going to have to come from clean sources. As we continue to recognize that man-made causes of global warming may very well be a reality, we have to cope with the prospect of generating energy in a clean way, in a way that doesn't produce carbon dioxide, and in a way in which we can successfully manage the byproducts of energy creation. This is just one of the grand challenges that mankind faces in the 21st century. There's a number of others. Clean water for the developing world, the creation of better medicines to treat cancers and heart disease, dealing with national security and personal security. And all of these are challenges that engineers are going to solve. In some sense, they're modern challenges because the world population has grown so significantly over the last 200 to 300 years. And in some sense, they're created by technology, and so the only real solution to solving them is through technology. So I think this is one of the real key motivations for studying engineering. If you enjoy technical disciplines like studying and applying mathematics and the sciences like chemistry, physics, and biology to solving world problems, then engineering is probably the discipline for you. Another key reason to study engineering is that it's a can-do discipline. It's an action discipline. In fact, the origin of the word technology is rooted in the idea that technologists are practitioners of the technical arts. So we do things with our hands, we do things with our minds, we create things. So if you have that impulse to be creative, to create new ideas, to solve problems in new and creative ways, if you're action-oriented, then engineering might very well be the discipline for you. Think of all the things we enjoy in the 21st century that didn't even exist 100 years ago. Computers, the use of the internet, cell phones, air travel, life-saving drugs, surgical procedures like inserting pacemakers and stents, the development of cost-effective solar energy, electric cars, and so on. These are all innovations made possible by engineers and largely created by engineers. So if you have that vision, that desire to pursue the creation of novel ideas for solving the world's problems, why not become an engineer and find out how you can contribute to the solution of those problems? And then finally, I would make the point that engineering is perhaps the most modern of disciplines. It didn't really even exist in any recognizable form 200 to 250 years ago. And it was only with the creation of the steam engine in the mid-1700s that we really began to harness energy in a way that we could convert it into electricity, that we could mechanize agriculture, that we could grow crops at a much higher rate on farms all over the world. That really was the advent of engineering as we know it. So if you have that desire to really be at the edge of modernity, in the best sense of that word, engineering is a thoroughly modern discipline. But I should caution you that engineering is a demanding discipline. It requires a real commitment and some real focus on mastering the fundamentals of how to speak the engineering language. And in some sense, engineering is multiple languages. It's mathematics at a very foundational level. It's the application of scientific principles and scientific laws, like the laws of physics and the laws of thermodynamics and chemistry and biology and so on, before you really even get to the heart of what engineering is about, which is practical problem solving. So you have to be animated by that end goal in mind. What do I want to do with my life? What do I want to be able to say about my life at the end when I look back and I ask myself, what did I do with my life? And if you have that desire to be part of the solution, so to speak, rather than part of the problem, in other words, helping to create the future, the modern, technical, enabled future for the world, then you're going to have to be able to discipline and deny yourself and learn those skills that you need to achieve the technical capabilities that you will require to make those engineering solutions. So the challenge of a first-year student is often associated with getting through those mathematics and chemistry and physics courses that are challenging, and yet form the foundation, the framework from which you can operate to be an engineer. The last thing I would say is that I believe engineering is an incredibly rewarding profession. It's certainly been rewarding for me. I'm a chemical engineer by training and now the dean of an engineering college, and I've thoroughly enjoyed all the technical dimensions, but also the people dimensions, learning how to deal effectively with other people, learning how to write well and speak well. And then finally, it's rewarding. It's a profession that's in high demand, has been in very high demand for the last 30 to 40 years in the United States, and will continue to be in high demand. And so it pays well, and there's good job security, and it can be very rewarding, not only from a technical standpoint, but from a quality of life standpoint. So those are a few ideas that I hope might be useful to you as you reflect on whether to pursue an engineering career. If you have specific interests in applied physics or applied chemistry or biology, I really encourage you to meet with and chat with some of the faculty in the individual departments that would be directly related to those interests, such as electrical engineering and civil engineering for applied physics, or chemical engineering for applied chemistry, and so on. So I hope these few thoughts are helpful to you, and I would be happy to chat with any of you personally about your decision whether to pursue engineering as a discipline or not. Thank you.